Good morning, everyone. Hi, Ramil. Hi, Octavian. Hi, Alpha. Hi, Chickens. Also, thank you, Ramil, for the membership and also the membership gifts. Much appreciated. And I hope the ones that got the membership gifts, I hope you thank Ramil. Hi, Momo. Okay, so I just have up on the screen right now today's Dream Hangars, which we're going to be taking a look at from Alpha. So we have the Mars, the Nether, Raven, Butch, Lancelot. We have two older bots here. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes. We have the Aether as well. And I think Alpha was saying he is in Silver League. I think you said Silver League, right? So we're going to be taking a look at this hangar, see how it performs. And then... wait a minute. Why is my screen... Hold on. There we go. Okay, so as I was saying, the way that Dream Hangars works, we take a look at a viewer's Dream Hangar. In this case, you can see we have the Mars. We just click on a Mars, Nether, Raven, Butch, the Lancelot. We're going to run a couple of games, see how the setups do. And then I'm going to go in, I'm going to start tweaking things. Tweaking could be changing the weapons, changing the modules, possibly the drone, maybe even the pilot. And we're going to try to see if we can optimize it. I'll give you a couple of suggestions in terms of what you can replace robots with. But we will be running with all of these robots and the Aether. And we're going to see how it actually does. Hey, Brian. Hi, Taco. Okay, so let's take a closer look at what we have here. We've got the Mars with Terrans. Nuclear amplifiers, last stand. We've got the Beak. The Captain Clyde. We have the Nether with Ardent Spear. Raven with Quarkers and Atomizers. Hi, Carlos. We have the Butch with Hornet weapons. And I think once we go through this lineup here, I'll give you my thoughts on it and what I think is going to happen when we get into the gameplay. And where I'm probably going to make adjustments, but I'm not going to make the adjustments yet. We're going to play some games so you can see what I mean. Okay, we got the Lancelot with the Hornet and the Wasp. There's a Togi PUBG. That's funny. Hi, Anunnaki. Hi, Shadow. Hi, Berserk. How do you pronounce your name? Hi, is it Amilcar? Amilcar? I'm MacTavish. Okay, we have the Aether here with the blinding weapons. Hi, Garcia. I'm doing good, thanks. Hope you're having a good morning or afternoon or good day. That's probably better to say that. We've got anti-jamming support, lifesaver, and durability on the Paladin. Hi, Ivano. Okay, so... Oh, I forgot to change my name. Maybe I'll just keep it as is. Yeah, sometimes I change my name to kind of reflect what we're going to be running. But I'll just leave it as is, unless you guys have a name for it. Okay, so I'm going to comment on this hangar now initially before we jump into a game. Pretty much what I expect to happen, based on this lineup and where I think I'm probably going to end up changing things. Now, obviously, that can change when we get into the actual gameplay. So one of the things that I noticed, and I mentioned this to Alpha at the start. Okay, so we have actually quite a bit of range here. We've got the spears, we've got the Hornet and the Wasp weapons. Now, the thing with these, like the Hornet and the Wasp, it's not that they don't do a lot of damage. They can do a lot of damage. It's more the reload time. Okay, so if you take a look at... you have the range. The reload time is 12 seconds. Okay, like 12 seconds is... that's a long time. So what's going to end up actually happening... let me just scroll down here. Oops. What's going to end up happening... on a larger map, we might do okay. If the enemy is very aggressive, basically when you get to Expert, Master, and Champion League, the players start to become more aggressive. It's just that style of play. I don't think it's necessarily because the players are maxed out. It's more that those players are more hungry for things like kills and especially damage. And they tend to go after it, and they know how to do it. The smart ones know how to do it. They move from cover to cover, which is going to be a problem for these two builds. So you don't want to have, like, for me personally, I wouldn't run these weapons just because of the reload. The range is great and the damage is pretty decent, but the reload is what's going to kill you. So we'll probably end up running into problems there. The Nether, I've seen some players use the spear. They use it with the auto, but I'm going to keep this pilot because it has shield break, and that's going to help when it comes to dealing with, things like the Aether, right? Because I can shoot through their shield, so that's why I'm not using the auto, because otherwise I will end up charging the Aether up. So we have that. The only two bots that you really have, if you're playing Beacon Rush or Domination, to hold down a beacon, if you look at this, would be these two. Technically speaking, you could do it with the Lancelot, but because the reload time is so terrible of these weapons, you're going to end up dying most times. Okay, so so the weakness is too much range, first of all. And the second one is, you don't really have, you need, I would say, more tanks, which you'll look at replacing these two, but I'm not going to do it in the actual, live stream today. We're going to keep what robots you have. And just think about it. You've got range here, but you also have range on your Aether. I want to test this out to see, but I don't think these weapons are going to do that well. We'll probably try running maybe the Sonic weapons on here. Hi, Robert. And don't forget, guys, if you enjoyed the live stream, make sure to leave a thumbs up. It helps the channel out, especially if you're interested in War Robots content. I will be doing a Q&A at the end, talking about tomorrow's live stream, because we are going to be doing a Q&A thing. It's going to have to do with changes that are going to be happening to my channel in the coming weeks. Hi, gaming. Okay, so if we land on a smaller map, I think I will be struggling with this lineup. What you will see me probably do is run the range first. Okay, so I'm going to run things like the Butch and the Lancelot first. If we land on the smaller map, the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm getting rid of the range first. I need to get rid of that range, get my damage in. Because if I leave those bots for last and the enemy gets into my spawn, I may not even be able to get a single shot off, because at that point, if they're that close to my spawn, I'm pretty much dead. Okay, so we're gonna do this first. I can't even get to the side here. I'm trying to get to the right. We lost the bottom. I wonder if I can hit this guy here. The thing is, I'm just trying to use that range. We need to get this beacon at the bottom though. I'm trying to get that crisis. I can't get him. But we got... Wait, we got that one beacon. So we have that going for us. Yeah, I got that guy. So here's the thing. So you see how I say the reload is a problem? I'm trying to hold the beacon down. I can't fire at them because it's 6 seconds before I can fire again. So... I can't fire at that guy. He's got a shield. Let's go for this one here. Nope. Can't hit him either. I'm almost dead. There's a guy right above me. I can see the eyeball. He's gonna drop here, right? Or do we kill him? Wait, did we kill that guy? Yeah, we killed him. I was kind of wondering what was going on because he like flew above me. I was like waiting. I need to reload. 12 seconds. Hi, Tara. At this point, I'm going to be dead because, well, I mean, I can't do anything. I'm still waiting to reload. Oh my gosh, the reload is bad. You know what? I think they need to make the reload of these weapons like maybe 8 seconds. I don't want to heal because I'm almost dead. Let's just do that. I was hoping to do a little bit more damage. Yep, reload. So most of the time you're going to find your biggest thing with these weapons is the reload. And that's why I wouldn't use it in Champion League. And... hold on. What do we have here? I don't want to get rid of this guy. I have a feeling he's going to hit me with the Newton back there. He's almost dead. I think we got him. There we go. Just trying to trigger this guy's last stand. Oh my gosh, he managed to... there we go. Trying to get this Typhon because Typhon can use their ability to use the blackout so you can't heal and stuff. That's going to be a problem for my teammates. This guy's just around the corner. So what I did was I actually used my heal first because I know that this guy, if he hit me with the blackout, I wouldn't be able to heal. So I might as well use it quickly. I think that Newton's probably gonna... he's gonna use his ability on me. Just use the heal. I mean, this build, some were commenting on this build. It's okay. I don't think I would run Tyrants on it though. I think Mace would be better. Let's try to move this way. Uh-oh. No, I didn't mean to do that. Ah, shoot. There goes a Raven. Wait, why am I in the lava? I wanted to change directions and I automatically pressed a jump. We had a bit of a bloop. Let's get rid of this guy here. Trying to target that Mars back there too. You know, I find these spear weapons actually fire pretty slow now. If you don't have the auto, it's really noticeable when they nerfed it. Should be able to hit this guy. I think that's gonna be it. They have we've 5 capped them. That guy, he went into the abyss too. You got your weapons hooked on the bridge and you couldn't hit them. You couldn't. Oh. You know what's kind of funny is remember, I think it was the Butch. It was the Butch with Zeniths. Where I got a kill with Zeniths on I did the Zenith like uppercut. Oh my gosh, all these pop-ups. 30 minutes later. Yeah, so I think I have an idea what weapon I'm gonna put on the Mars. There is a build which I've actually really been liking. It's the mace. So I kind of like that. We're definitely gonna be changing the weapons on the Butch and the Lancelot though. The weapon, those reloads of the weapons, they're killing me. I know they can do decent damage, but you know, like, this is the thing. A lot of times players think like, well, you got max level stuff, you're gonna win. But the thing is, they don't think about like actual builds. Like, you can have everything maxed out. Like on this account right now, I can run it, but there are certain builds, like, because the hangar isn't really balanced well, I won't do well in my games, even if everything is maxed out, because the hangar composition is very poor for one. I haven't thought about things like the reload. And in order to kind of understand the stuff, it only comes with experience, unfortunately. You know what I mean? Like, you have to actually play the game at a particular level. You know, sometimes, you know, many months before you kind of understand. It's not something that can be bought. And just having that knowledge is a big deal. Oh my gosh, we're going up against a squad. That's even worse. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna move. So when you're playing against a squad, you want to try to get beacons quickly. I probably shouldn't have started with the Butch. Speaking of which, I'm just trying to reload here. Oh my gosh, I can't even break his shield. And now, again, see what I'm doing? I'm backing away because I can't do any damage to them because my weapons haven't reloaded. So now you're seeing why I say these things. And, you know, when you prepare for, like, this kind of aggressive play, like, I'm glad that you guys are actually seeing this now, because now you can see, you know, certain things come into effect. So I will hit this guy, and I may even get through to his last stand, maybe? No, I can't, because 12-second reload. I'm going to be dead by the time I'm not even going to get another reload. And I can't fire. And there goes the Lancelot. So now you're seeing the weaknesses. This guy's going to kill me here. Yep, I think this might even be... This is going to be game over. These guys are in our spawn at this point. Whoa! Man, I got sent to Mars, literally. Oh, shoot. Hey, we got a kill. Oh my gosh, this guy actually has quantum radar. Yeah, I was not expecting him to have that. I get him down to his last stand at least. Yes, we got him. I believe I'm actually dead. This game is over. Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to use my Aether. So, Alpha, if you're running into games like this and you're struggling, it's not necessarily because the other team, you know, they're running everything maxed out. It's actually having to do with your hangar composition. That's why you can see. So these two are like major liabilities. So really, you're only playing with 3 bots, if you think about it, in the grand scheme of things. And you do need to kind of keep this into, like, you have to keep this in mind because, you know, later on as you start climbing, like, even if you weren't playing a squad, even if you weren't playing like guys with like meta, you will still struggle because the gameplay is a lot faster now. And if players can get to you quickly, weapons with a long reload are actually liabilities. On no, I'm not using Otter, I'm using the Clyde. But I wouldn't use that because so the thing is, you're doing a specific build, but you're not taking into account like changes not only in the meta but your weapons that you may win over time. For example, let's just say I got the Otter and I put it on the Mars and I invested in it, right? All my gold or whatever, you know, your resources. But then you want, like, say, a mace. So if I use the mace, I've actually lost. Why did I do that? I'm losing my focus here because I'm trying to do commentary and reading the chat and stuff. I shouldn't have done that. I should have actually... Oh, man. I'm going to end up dying. The reload. I might actually... Wait, maybe. I might be able to do some damage to this guy. I mean, the nice thing about these weapons, they actually do decent damage to like the Scarrows, sort of. No reload. That reload is just crazy. Yeah, that reload's gonna get me killed. And my teammates need to get onto this beacon because I'm trying to hold it down. I can't. I'm still waiting for my weapons to reload. Good grief. I'm gonna be dead. Yeah, there's no ways. And again, I'm going to drop in with the Lancelot because you want to get all your range out of the lineup quickly. Yeah, we got to watch our left flank. So do you see how, like, these things are actually causing me to lose? It's not necessarily my teammates because I'm actually part of that problem too, right? Because I can't defend. And I'm waiting for the reload again. So you're spending most of your time actually reloading. And keep in mind too, the other thing... Yeah, I'm gonna be dead. There's no ways. And I'm waiting for a reload. It's, Yep. I'm in so much trouble here. These guys are gonna be in our spawn. You'll be able to see the difference when I go in and I try to change things. Trying to see if I can get that guy at least down to his last stand. This guy's gonna kill me. You know, another thing that I found that's actually really bad with the Hornet and the Wasp, because of the long reload, that's actually one problem. The other thing is we have a lot of shields right now. A lot of your shots are gonna get fired into, like, say, the Aegis, and that alone will be a problem. Yeah, so now we're already backed up in our spawn. You see what's actually happening though? Because I don't have any close range brawlers, the enemy is now in my spawn and I can't defend and I will lose my entire hangar. So if you're running into this kind of problem and you're struggling in Silver League, the reason why is the composition of your hangar. It's not because of the level of your equipment that you might have, it's the composition. Yep, this game's over. When I got our side beacon, they started pushing to our back beacon. I knew it was gonna be over. So, and the whole spending thing, like, again, this is like, even if you could spend and even if you could have everything maxed out, I would not run the hangar that I have. We're gonna keep on playing for at least like a couple more games, because I want you to see, like, this is not just coincidence. I did mention it before I ran the games, what I was expecting to see before even playing a single game. They should have made it per second. I think actually in the current meta, I think the Hornets and the Wasp weapons, they should have maybe a reload of about 8 seconds to help balance it out. But even then, I think even at 8 seconds, I think it's going to struggle. But at least it'll be a lot better than, you know, what we have. So we could use something that's a little bit more faster, like a Nether, you know, to get beacons quickly. But the problem with this kind of strategy, for the most part, is because I have the other two bots that are kind of liabilities. The Butch and the Lancelot, when I have to defend beacons, I'm gonna struggle. I'm gonna struggle simply because I don't have any tanks really in this lineup. I'm just looking to see what my teammates are doing back here. Wait a minute, why didn't they get their beacon? I'm kind of curious as to... Like... Yeah, I know he's gonna get me that way, but you know what? I've already got your beacon. They should have moved down. I don't know why he didn't do that. I actually find the reload or the firing of these weapons kind of slow too. I think I would use magnetars rather. Just staying on this beacon here. Okay, we got him down to his last stand. My nether's gonna go down. Maybe I can get one more kill. This guy, perhaps? There we go. Let's try the Aether, because I haven't really used this yet. Just fire everything. I don't know if I would use these weapons either. Now that I'm looking at it. Trying to think like what other weapons I could use. Maybe the glaive. Dude, that guy's doing like quite a bit of damage to me with like a regular bot. What the? Uh-oh. Yikes! I got hung up. Gotta blind this guy. Oh shoot, this guy's getting close. I'm gonna need some help here. That Indra's like dangerously close. I think he's gonna... Yeah, he's gonna go after me. I'm just trying to blind him because I have no other choice. Maybe I should go for this guy here. He's gonna push. And I need someone to hold this beacon down. We need to get rid of... He's almost dead. He's almost dead. We can probably get him, right? I'm gonna be dead. Yikes! We're both floating. Are not good weapons. Yeah, they're not good weapons at all. But a lot of players use them. I think it's because they win it. Or they see videos of like how much damage it can do. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, it can do decent damage, but it's not a build that I would run. Like, even if I would have put these on like a crisis, I wouldn't run them. There's no ways. Their reload is what will get me killed. Might be able to get quite a bit of damage in here. And we're all attacking the Newton. The Lancelot flamethrowers were pretty strong in Silver League. Yeah, but the thing is you don't want to build builds that are good for certain leagues. It's kind of hard to explain this. So like, I can tell you a build that may do well in Silver League, but then as you get to Expert League, it's not that great. So if you already know that it's not that great, then what build is good in Expert League? You know what I mean? So like, what I'm gonna show you in a bit, because we've only actually been streaming for like 30 minutes here. If I had to show you what I would run to like really beef this up, you will see the difference like when we get to the next half of this stream. But I just want you to see like the struggles, right? Because I think it's important. Because players will tell me like it does really well in Silver League. I do a lot of damage, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, Silver League and Champion League are two different beasts. You know, the players, not only are they running more meta, their playstyle is very different. And you must be prepared to face that kind of playstyle. So if you know it's coming, then you might as well start early. Isaac. I'm just trying to find a game here. Hold on. Maybe we'll try domination. Trying to figure out what I'm gonna use for my beacon runner. I think I'm gonna end up getting killed here, but I'm just gonna go anyways, more to delay. Oh no, he has. That's gonna be a problem. I'm almost dead. Just trying to knock his shield down. I mean, we were doing decent damage to this Typhon. Here's the problem though. I've got to get rid of these out of my lineup because you don't want them to be the last bots in your hangar. Okay, let's move reload. Oh my gosh, that guy just got whipped by Gauss? I think it was Gauss. They got a lot of Crisis Reaper and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna end up dying. But you know what? I got that guy down to his last stand, so that's good enough for me. I'm just trying to get out of that Butch. Again, it's not because I don't know how to play. I want to get that damage in quickly before these guys make their way to our spawn here. That reload. I have to reload. Yeah, because we don't want them to get onto this beacon. Like, we shouldn't. That reload's killing me. To heal. They got our side beacon, and I have to fire now because I don't have many shots in the clip, so I'm gonna have to empty that and then just wait. And I hope this guy doesn't attack me because I'm in a really bad situation here. We're still struggling to get the guys behind us too. Man, the reload is so bad on here. Oh my gosh. I'm going to use a heal. You know what I actually think too, now that I think about it? So when you have weapons that have reloads like this, I think you will actually burn through more power cells. Because you're busy trying to heal up so that you don't die, right? So I can totally see it from that perspective. Now that I think about it. Just gonna use a heal here. We got the beacon, but I'm gonna be dead. I'm actually surprised I survived this long in this Lancelot. It's kind of funny. Okay, so at least we got that out of our hangar. The next one I'm gonna use probably the Nether. Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, so I'll give you like my opinions on like some of the changes that I would make and why. And why I wouldn't run certain like pilots. Because some were asking me about like auto. I'm just gonna end up dying here. Maybe I can kill this Minos perhaps? No. Yeah, this guy's gonna go right through my shield here. This links. Oh, we got him though. We got him. They have a Newton back there somewhere. Uh-oh. Man, I'm losing my voice. He's almost dead. Oh, come on. He's gonna go in a flight now, right? Yeah. Oh, man. No. Oh, shoot. This is bad because, like, I have to drop in with my Aether. Where do I drop it in? That Aether's gonna die straight away. I can already tell. Oddly enough, this was probably our best game. And it was against a squad. Yikes. Well, at least I won't get... I don't know. I might have to drop my Aether. So, this is a thing. So, you know how because you have so much range in your lineup, this is what will happen. Watch how quickly I die now. Watch. I was going to say, because you have so much range in your lineup, the enemy is able to advance into your end of the map quicker. If they're there, you're going to lose your entire hangar straight away. So this is why you gotta play, your hangar, the composition makes a very big difference. It's not about the level, it's about like your range and like how many tanks you have. And the more you climb towards Champion League, the more it's gonna make that kind of a difference. You almost confused the Lance, the Titan weapon, and Lancelot. Hold on, I'm just reading, catching up with some of the comments. You guys are talking about a boycott. I wouldn't do that because it's not going to work. Every boycott in the past has not worked. If you want to make a difference in... you know, watch my Fortnite videos. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm Yeah, I'm gonna talk about all of this stuff like tomorrow. Now's not the time to talk about it. Help you get rid of your war robots addiction. You know what? Gaming in general is an addiction. It doesn't matter whether you play war robots, Fortnite, PUBG, Warzone. Like it's like that's what it is. Stabby. Oh, you mean like a harpoon? I guess I can do that now. We can go in and we can change this. So before I do that, Alpha, hopefully you are able to see why these two, like, so first of all, not only are these do these weapons have really bad reload times, you've got too much range. Like, I would say you've got 3 range plus a Titan that has range. Well, actually, technically, the Raven is kind of range too. So if the enemy was to push closer and closer into your half of the map, you won't be able to defend yourself against such an attack. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to go into this lineup. We're going to see if we can make this a bit more effective. Actually, there is one other thing too I wanted to talk about, because quite often players mention this, and like I try to explain it, but I don't think they quite understand. Okay, so the reason why I didn't use the autopilot on here is because it's very specific for certain weapons. Now, certain weapons being like the radiation weapons, in this case, the spear as well. Magnums, it's affected, like that pilot will affect certain weapons. But the thing is, if those weapons were like nerfed in any way, the pilot, you will have to resort to another weapon of the same kind of category that hasn't been nerfed in order to make that pilot work. If you go with a pilot such as this one, which is built for the Nether, plus it has shield breaker, it doesn't matter if the spear was nerfed, because if it was nerfed, then, well, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to use magnetars, which is actually what I'm going to do right now. So we're going to put magnetars on here. So that's why it's better to go, like, stick with a pilot that is more for the bot, that will really benefit that way, rather than doing specific builds, where you use like a certain pilot for that weapon, because you will burn through more resources doing it that way. I'm just trying to save you like resources here. I'm trying to help you guys out. I know the resources is really bad in this game, and that's even more reason why I would do things this way. Okay, so that's kind of the reason why. We're gonna use magnetars here because I feel the rate of fire is a lot better than the spear, and I think it actually packs more of a punch. I'm not sure if I want to use, you know what, let's try paralysis on here. Like, I know these weapons lock you down, but it's more just to kind of speed it up. Also, we do have, we don't even have to use unstable conduit. We could use advanced repair here. The bottom line is we're going to use different weapons. I don't particularly like the spear, just because it fires too slow for me. Others might prefer something else. What I'm going to do is, so we had quite a bit of range. What I'm going to do is I'm going to close that range up and make these bots perform better like close range, and we'll see if it helps. We should be able to see it in the next couple of games. So Dice is saying harpoon weapons, I think, on here. I can kind of see that. You could also use flames even. Now, I get that you may not have these weapons, but just knowing that it does work, if you were to win one of them, at least you know where you could possibly put it on, like in terms of your bots. And that's also very valuable information too. Because remember, it allows you to plan ahead. Thanks, Frank. Giftbringer Fenrir and the retro... Wait, you don't like the retro Revenant? I kind of like it. I think the Giftbringer Fenrir is definitely far worse. I'm trying to think which ones would be the ugliest. Definitely Giftbringer Fenrir. Wait, did I use the other... Hold on. Okay, so we have this. I'm just looking to see what we have as far as this goes. We could use Kestrel. I'm going to use the beak only because it gives it that stealth. But we have closed the gap now. So we have actually two, sort of 3 range. I'm trying to think like what can I run on here. That will make this somewhat decent. I'm looking at that avalanche because I'm thinking maybe the avalanche might be a good option. Cestus might work. We could even do Reapers. But Reapers are going to get nerfed. I'm just trying to think like what other weapons I can run on here. Ooh, Decay might be kind of interesting. But what if I did like, this is a tough one. Thinking maybe Avalanche. Let's try Avalanche. It's been a while since I've actually run Avalanche, but we'll use Avalanche. I'll see if it maybe works a little bit better, because the thing with Avalanche is it can keep on firing, and you have that splash damage, which is kind of nice. I think these weapons will probably perform better than the Hornet weapons, which is... Because I remember running this build and it was actually somewhat solid. You can't really brawl with it. Well, you can, kind of. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change this. We're going to put some repair amps on here. Just to kind of give it more resistance. Also, we have Explosives Expert. So we could always throw that on too. Decay would be a lot of damage. Yeah, Decay. But then I thought, but the thing is, I've already got range. So I'm trying to kind of close the range up. This way, Alpha can kind of see the difference. You know what I mean? Which I think is important. Let's see, Adamant Roadhog. Maybe I'm going to change this to this Explosives Expert. Maybe this will help. I mean, I do have... This is range. Like, don't get me wrong, but you can use it close range too. Which is the coolest looking weapons? I like the Ardent style of weapons and robots. We're going to use... let's try Mace. I actually know Sonic weapons are pretty decent. But I think I would like... Oh, wait, no. You know what? Let's use... Yeah, I think I'm going to use Sonic weapons on here. And then I will use the Mace on the Mars. I just want to try to close the gap a little bit more, because we had, like I said, a lot of range. The only thing that you might struggle with is like if you land maybe on like Yamantau map, I could see that being a problem. But in all honesty, I think a player needs to learn how to use their cover, and that's one way to do it. I remember a long time ago, I did a challenge for myself where I basically ran 5 robots and the max range was 300. Which was Orkans and Pinatas. And I would constantly land on like Canyon Map or Yamantau. But I actually surprised myself in many cases because I was forcing myself to use cover. So it's really, really good practice. You know, initially you'll end up like, you know, taking on a lot of damage and dying. But you'll learn certain routes on the map that you wouldn't otherwise have used. And you'll find yourself using it more often. But what's also good about that is later on, you know, when you have other robots that you start introducing in your lineup, you will end up taking those routes simply because it works so well close range. Okay, so the only range really that we have is these two, but at least this one I can do a lot of damage at close range. I want to see... I mean, we could obviously run like the Tonans and stuff, but maybe running... You know what? I'm gonna use these sonic weapons on this thing. Do I have fun playing? I don't have as much fun playing the game. Like this doesn't just go for like the top meta or my baby account. It's just in general. Like I do it more because my viewers want to like see. But a lot of times, you know, I run into like cheaters. I'm actually surprised I haven't run into one yet. I mean, I guess that's a good thing, right? Or maybe I just haven't seen it. Wait, why is this not loading up? Oh, wait. What happened there? Yeah, when I run into a lot of cheaters and like hackers and stuff, it becomes a problem because when I'm trying to create content, it is more frustrating. And then, you know, with time, it just becomes like a chore. And I don't want it to be. You know, I want to be able to just jump into a game, have some fun, and don't have to worry about those things. Okay, so what we've done with this hangar, you can see we've actually like reduced the range quite a bit. Okay, so we do have somewhat range here. The thing is, because this has splash damage and these weapons reload pretty quickly, you can actually somewhat brawl with this. So the real range that I have in this lineup is really the Nether. The Butch is kind of in between. So what we've done was we've actually taken, you know, what we had before. We've removed all the range. We're now throwing in more close range, and we're going to see how the games kind of transform. So hopefully we're able to see that in these games, but I have a feeling we will be able to see like the difference. This is why I like kind of doing you know, these Dream Hangars, because it pushes, like it forces me to run different robots that I would have, or even like combos that I wouldn't have otherwise run. You see the fire rate of these weapons? This is what I'm talking about. He's down to his last stand. I think I'm going to end up dying here, though. I can try to get... We almost killed him, but what I can do now, remember, because we have that... the close range, we can now defend. And all of a sudden, what we have is a lot more effective hangar. Although these guys are pushing on our home, we probably don't want to give this guy this beacon. I don't know why he's getting off that beacon. Yeah, you got to stay on that beacon, dude. I'm going to move this way. But because I have close range, remember, because I have close range, I can now move on to beacons, and I don't have to worry about things like the reload. You see the difference already? And that's only 2 bots. That is just 2... Like, I changed the weapons of 2 bots. Now, we don't have to run the harpoon weapons. I could have honestly just run sonic weapons, and I think you would have noticed a big difference. So now I can actually get aggressive. And not only am I getting more aggressive, I'm actually doing more damage as a result. So I'm getting more damage in. And just think about it. It's not just more damage. It's more honor points too. Why is my mic cracking like that? These guys are all in their spawn now. Let's use this one. Let's see how this one does. This is kind of a weird combo. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm actually brawling with this, but I can't do it because these rockets reload pretty quickly. And it's not like these rockets are like, these weapons are new, you know, to the game. Look at that. Now, if I had the Hornet weapons on you, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I would have been dead. And you guys know it because you saw in the other games. Trying to keep your shield down. Actually, I noticed that this build's good at doing that too. Now he's gone. You know what? This actually might be pretty decent because I just remember now we have a lot of shells, right? So they can't really stop the splash. So this is a counter to the shell. And we're doing it with a Butch. So, do you see the difference? We didn't even get to the other bots, but I like just from those changes, what I did was I took the same robots, but I made adjustments by tightening the range of the overall hangar. Now you can see why I say that the composition, and this is not something that you can buy. This is why, you know, I know players say like pay to win. If you don't have this knowledge and you don't know how to do it, you could spend a lot of money and you still won't have a hangar where you need it to be. Because when you start facing like, you know, especially Champion League players that know what they're doing, you're gonna get smoked. You need this kind of stuff you won't get like overnight. That's just the first game, by the way, but that's a big indicator. But what I've done was I've changed the composition. So now we've gone from a hangar with so much range to a hangar that is more close range, but it allows you to at least defend beacons. Oh, thank you, Supreme. National holiday in Brazil. What holiday is that? National holiday. Just trying to get to this beacon quickly here. We got it, but I'm gonna need some help here for my teammates. He's got to stay on this beacon. You got to stay on this beacon. I need your help, dude, because I'm gonna lose my stealth here. At least I got him down to his last stand. He's gonna drop in here. We actually did a lot of damage to that guy too. I just gotta sit on this beacon. Guys, I need some help. But just remember, at least I can sit on this beacon and I'm doing some splash damage to them. I couldn't even drop in. My teammates aren't protecting their beacons. Yeah, we're gonna have a problem here because if they're not sitting on the beacons, we're gonna be in trouble. This one's gonna be next. Okay, we got it. We got it. But we're gonna have a whole nother problem over here. There's something else here. Oh, there's this guy. Oh, Jesus, all the rooks. We actually did decent damage to him, though. We have to be careful, though, because there's two of them there, and I don't want to get... That's me this way. I think this guy's going to move... Oh, I just realized we're going up against a clan. I didn't even realize it. I'm trying to fly back because I need this wall for cover. Oh. Okay, we got rid of him. Dude, we need some beacons quickly. They have 3. Oh, you know what? I forgot to change one of the skills on here. I forgot to use the sharpshooter. We've got to keep on pushing the beacons. We've got to push those beacons. We've got to run their beacon bar down quickly. Come on, guys. Ooh, this game's actually a lot closer than I think these guys wanted. And keep in mind, you know, we're going up against a squad here too. I don't even think my team has... we're not even a squad. But it has taken them like at least more than 6 minutes. We're approaching 7 minutes here. Oh my gosh, is that how much damage I'm doing to him with the Mars? Good grief, that's a lot of damage with that Mars. Oh, Independence Day. Happy Independence Day to the ones in Brazil. Are you doing anything like having a barbecue or anything? We got seven beacons, and they had 4 in the squad. They probably didn't think we were gonna do that well. I mean, just keep in mind, look at what robots I'm running. Hey, Joel. It's possible if we have a cheater. Well, I don't even know if we did have one because I was so focused on the game. But you compare this, you know, this game to like the other game where we ran into a squad. Do you see how the difference is? Simply because I changed the range and, you know, what I had in my lineup. We didn't even change the robots. Barbecue with Brazilian flags. I watched that one guy. I think he's actually from Brazil. Do you know Guga Foods? Who watches Guga Foods? Every now and then I watch his channel, but like I'm always hungry when I watch his channel. But I think he might be from Brazil. He makes a one steak. What's the name of it now? It's like, he says it's better than Wagyu. You probably know what I'm talking about. I was watching him because I had a feeling he was going to push our right beacon. Dude, these weapons are so much more better than the spear. Like, just from the games I played, it is so noticeable too. The amount of damage output when you're charged up, it's actually kind of ridiculous. It's almost like comparing when I mentioned like the Redeemers. Wait, how did that guy survive that? I was even hitting him. Oh. This guy's almost dead. There we go. We're gonna lose our left beacon there though. So wait, what's going on here? We gotta watch out, they're bringing out their rooks. This guy here in front of me is a Crisis Reaper, I think. This guy here. No. Well, I'm gonna go for center because we need another beacon, so we might as well put some beacon pressure on them. I think I'm going to go for their home beacon because I don't see anyone over here. So I'm going to push this side. What are you doing? Same team, bro. Man, this thing really is chubby. It's like so wide. Every time I'm trying to turn the corner, like the weapons hook. He's got lasers. What is that? Oh. He's got to break my physical shield first. Man, guys, you weren't lying when you said this is pretty decent. It actually is. You know what? I could also run flames on here too. I think even flames would be somewhat decent. I need a heal quick. I'm gonna go straight for this mirror mitts with this Lancelot. Come on! We gotta get this kill! Ah! You ruined the fun. This guy's probably like, the heck, Lancelot. But no, he talks about this one steak. I think that you can only find in Brazil, or it's a Brazilian thing. What is it called again? Picanha. I think it's called picanha. Hey, Quan. Yeah, I got the old. I have the old playlist. I got bored of the other one. I think they were down a player. Down 2 players. Wait, what? Dude, it's not even showing me their stats. Ooh. 36%. Whoa, this guy's got 5 bullets. What the? I guess they're a blitz lover. I wasn't expecting to see 5 blitz. Interesting, Natasha. You know what? This could actually work. You know, if they had the weapons leveled up, it could actually work, believe it or not. Picanha. How do you say it? I don't know how to say it. I just try to copy his pronunciation, but I actually don't know how to say it. I'm actually kind of curious what that tastes like now. I'm making you hungry. Dude, you watch his channel, you'll feel hungry. That's why I don't watch it as much, because every time when I watch it, I feel like steak. Yeah, Brazilian Wagyu. But he claims that it's better. That's why I'm kind of curious. Curious how it tastes. Oh, we're going up against full Zen here? That's a lot of Zens. Dude, you may want to... He's like a Butch. I'm gonna need some help there. This guy's gonna kill me. I don't have any help on the beacon. Where's my teammates? Okay. And I can't jump because this guy's gonna blast me backwards if I do. I do want to get another beacon. Man, these guys are all they're using stealth on their bots too. It's making it hard for me to target them. What they're doing is they got beaks on their shells. If you look carefully, I think many of them have beaks. So what beak does is when they take a certain amount of damage, they go into stealth. You know what? If I'm doing this amount of damage with a Mars, like I think I am, that's actually kind of crazy, considering it's a Mars. I have to drop way back now because I don't have, we've lost all our brawlers. Yeah, I'm gonna lose my Aether here. He's gonna jump towards me, this guy. I'm gonna see if I can try to cut off the angle a bit. Yep, I'm gonna be dead. We actually got our damage in. Hi, Phoenix. Knocked by other champs. Yeah, we're just facing a full squad here. But you know what? We still actually did pretty decent considering our hangar. The problem is a lot of our teammates, they weren't protecting the beacons. I was trying my best to hold it down because if you don't hold down your beacons, they're gonna get all their titans into your spawn and, well, that's like the end of you. The squad's trying to match up. Yeah, because they can't find anyone to play now because so many of them are cheating. But this is kind of their doing, right? Because, I mean, if you cheat, no one's gonna want to play with you. So they can't say now that they have skill because it's a skill of who cheats more than the other guy. Yeah, this guy, he can't really fire because he's dealing with a Fian. OS Brawler, I'm just gonna leave here because I do want to get some more, like another game in, or we can just call it and do a Q&A. That might be best. Yeah, so we'll do a Q&A. Before I do that though, thank you Alpha for your Dream Hangar. Why did I say Alpha? Did I say Alfie before? Thank you Alpha for your Dream Hangar. And I hope like the changes, you can see why, like not just Alpha, but you know, all the players that are building their hangars. I hope you can see why I say don't put too much range in your lineup because it can be very detrimental It has nothing to do with the so-called pay to win or you have a maxed hanger, because you saw that even at the start of the stream, when I ran everything maxed out, we actually performed better or worse, with having all that range. Now, if you look at my weapons, it's not like I'm running the met. Like, I don't have, like, I honestly could have run hammer and mace on here, or even like flamethrowers, and I think it still would have performed better, and we wouldn't have had any of the new like weapons or anything like that. All we did was we took all the range, most of it out of our lineup, and what we did was we closed the range up with like mace, in this case like blast shotguns, the sonic weapons. So we closed up that gap, and that allowed us to help defend against those aggressive attacks. Your turret, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a hack or a cheat of some sort. Okay, so I think those are the changes that I would make. You could also try decay on here. That would help too. I kind of like the splash of this, because what I was noticing with this particular build was it was actually knocking down a lot of Aegis shields. One thing I would possibly change is to actually use a beak on here. Honestly, I could have used a beak on all of these bots. That gives me that stealth, and it just makes it super annoying to hit. Quan, I can feel your heartbeat. Yeah, your range hanger is strong, but once they get in your face, and that's the thing, when you get closer to Champion League, the players start to play more aggressively, and some players will say, well, they play more aggressively because, they running MK3 maxed. It actually has nothing to do with that. They play more aggressively because at that level, the players are after damage, kills, mostly damage. I probably shouldn't be saying this because I know it probably will offend a lot of players, but it becomes almost like an ego thing. Like, challenge me, I want to see how much damage you kind of do, kind of thing. And it will get to that point, like, when you start making your way to Champion League, it becomes more about that. And how do you get more damage? You don't sit back like many think. If you want to push that damage, you've got to brawl. Because if you think about it, the brawling weapons do more damage in a minute than, say, the ones that are more range. You know what I mean? Because usually the ones that are at close range, those builds have fast reloads. That's why you are seeing, like, the top meta players, they're running like these weapons, for example. They just keep on firing. Like, they just spam you. Yeah, if the beak gets nerfed in 9.4, then depending on the build, I would use something like paralysis. It really depends on like what the build is. In all honesty, though, I do think they need to kind of nerf something for the beak, because the frequency of the stealth is happening a lot. I know players won't like me saying that, but when everyone starts using the beak, there's probably a good reason for it, right? It's because it's really good. And really good translates to it's not balanced relative to the other like drones out there. Like, why would I want to run like paralysis or like the shy or any of those when I can constantly go into stealth and be annoying? Yeah, aggressive gameplay is what wins you games most of the times. Not only do you get more damage, on average, your win percentage actually goes up too. But you need to know how to defend a beacon. And the first, I guess, step in defending is you got to have the tanks to do it. And when you run the tanks, it doesn't necessarily mean just a robot. You got to take a look at your weapons too. It's your hanger composition that makes a big difference. But taking a look at our games from like the start of the stream towards the end, it's very noticeable. And I didn't even change any of my robots. I kept the robots, I just changed the weapons. I changed the weapons and I reduced the range. Five seconds to 3 seconds. I think it will still be annoying, but at least it won't be as long, because I think what players were probably combining that with was, I would imagine, the links, right? The links and also the Aether, because if you're constantly in stealth and then like you can't even get them. Force field is getting a nerf. Well, I mean, if it's not dying, it kind of needs to. Actually, the two hardest ones that I find to kind of kill. Well, the Lynx is one. Nether is actually another one too. Okay, so what I wanted to mention is tomorrow I'm gonna do like we'll do like a questions and answers thing. Like it's gonna be a live stream. I was kind of debating on whether I should do this in a video format, but I think it would be ideal also to get my viewers and subscribers sort of involved in it so that they can kind of understand. And if they have any questions, then they can at least like ask me in the chat, and I would try my best to kind of answer, you know, some of those questions. But basically what it's going to be is I'm planning on talking about changes that are going to be happening to my channel as far as War Robots content goes. Also like my Fortnite content, you know, where that's going to be going. It may also affect, I mean, it's not like I really use my Twitch, but I can see the Twitch kind of being involved, like changes to that as well. And then like once we have done our like discussion, I'm not sure if I should put that out in a video, like condense it. We'll see. I don't know if I can record it. Sometimes when I record, I always get kind of nervous when I record and play on the emulator at the same time, because like my live streams are done on one PC and that could lock me up. So I hope that doesn't end up happening. But yeah, I really wanted to talk about like the content that's going to be coming out on this channel, also the Fortnite, and also possibly changes to my Twitch. So that's going to be happening tomorrow, and you know, we can play some more robots as well while I'm doing it, but that will be happening as well. Nether is getting a big nerf. Never leveled him. I think you can use the Nether. If you know that it's getting a nerf, it depends on what the nerf is, because you know sometimes they have proposed nerfs on the test server. Some of those nerfs actually don't make it to the live server. You know, they might cut half of them. So I would wait until it happens on the live server and then kind of make your adjustments based on that. But this build that you see right now with the Magnetars, I think even if they lowered the force field, you know, or even, for example, even took away a dash, I don't think it would really affect the build itself much, because this build is more reliant on the strength of the Magnetars. So as long as you can dash and you have the pilot, that alone is what makes this particular build very strong. Because I'm not brawling with it, so you know, being able to hit players from 600 meters away, it is more reliant on the weapon itself. The bot just becomes, you know, like you put the weapons on the bot, and you usually the bot's ability to get that damage in, so it wouldn't really affect it as much as you think. Thanks Gav. You don't like Fortnite? You think you should try? I actually tried Armored Core and I did play it, but I don't like the gameplay. I have my reasons as to why. So, I mean, I can tell you again if you want to hear it. You probably won't want to hear it, or you may not even like the idea of it. And there's other reasons too. Like, I like the graphics of it. You know, aside from the menu being so complicated, I don't understand why they made it so complicated. Like, you would think at this point, like, most games would get that right. I mean, it is Armored Core 6, so I'm imagining they had 5 other versions before it. But yeah, apparently it's a thing with Armored Core. But what I find is, so first of all, a lot of the gameplay is like the Nether. You're dashing back and forth, right? If you look at a lot of the robots that, like from the videos that you see, that is sort of the main focus, dashing back and forth, using your abilities, timing it right. What you will also notice, yeah, it is fast gameplay. There's a lot of chaos to the point where you actually, a lot of times, don't even know what you're hitting. Which is the part that I actually kind of dislike about War Robots. So a lot of what War Robots has that I don't like is actually in that game. So there's a lot of fast-paced. The other thing too is the aiming. I don't know if you noticed, but when the players use different kinds of weapons, quite often when they fire, it's like a lock-on. So it's equivalent to me using, say for example, a Nether with maybe like a homing missile. I'm dashing back and forth, I'm firing it, but it's locking onto them. Yes, they can dodge, by using the dash or whatever, and I get that, but after a while, that gameplay for me is going to become stale very quickly, because that's all I'm going to be like focusing on. And yes, you have like different, I get it, you have different weapons, and you have blades and whatnot, but after a while, that kind of gameplay for me will get stale. And I'm just speaking for myself. You might feel differently because you might be into that game, but for me, I played it a couple times and I wasn't into it like I am with Fortnite. Fortnite, you gotta remember, like, I didn't just come up with it overnight. I've actually been playing it for over a year now, and I've been live streaming it like every day pretty much for 6 hours roughly, usually between 6 and 8 hours. I'm not even joking. And that channel is not even monetized. So obviously I'm doing it for fun, and I'd rather bring something that's fun to my channel that I enjoy and that I can stand behind than one which is just built on pure views. I mean, obviously views is important, but I don't want to focus on just that, because if my viewers aren't having fun, which is the main reason why we play games, then it's not like they don't get to share that kind of excitement that I have for the game. Yeah, you get it. All non-Omega games have. Yeah, one thing I like about War Robots for like some of the builds, when you're firing, you don't have the game auto lock for you. I don't like the whole auto lock thing. This build here is kind of fun for me because I have to actually aim at the players to hit them. When you have like homing missiles and stuff, it's kind of boring. Like it will be probably fun in the first few couple games, but after a while, it's repetitive and it's boring. Hi, Jamel. You do the same missions over and over again. Well, I'm sure. No, you do play against other players. I have seen 3 vs 3, which is just chaos. I get like the fast gameplay. Actually, some of my viewers were saying they couldn't actually watch like some of my Armored Core live stream because it was actually making them motion sickness, which I can totally get as well. Because when I first started playing it, I kind of felt a little bit like that too. So it's not a game that I can play like long hours. But you know what? It doesn't mean that it's necessarily a bad game. It's just that it's not a game that's for me. Played Armored Core, but it looks like a repeat mission game. Well, you have different missions, and then eventually I think you unlock like multiplayer, so you can play against like other players that are like, strong. The aiming on War Robots is terrible. Well, I'm not talking about the targeting system. I'm talking about the fact that with War Robots, like if I'm using, say, like this Nether build, I can actually aim at my opponent, and I don't have a lock-on kind of thing. You know what I mean? So, for example, compare Magnetars to, say, Hydra. Once I lock onto the guy with the Hydra, I just press a button, and then the missiles home onto that player. Whereas with Magnetars, I have to actually aim at them, and then I have to hit them that way. That's what I mean. Have you tried Glory Angler? Yes. Glory with the needles. Hi, Lucas. Savage, this is actually the end of the stream. I'm just answering some questions before I log off. There's going to be another War Robots live stream tomorrow. It's going to be more like a Q&A. And I'm going to discuss some changes that are going to be happening on this channel as far as War Robots content goes. What I'm probably going to do with my Fortnite content, and also possible changes to Twitch. And then obviously we also have things like membership. Those that are members of the channel, what I'm hoping to do as far as the prices. I'm still actually trying to figure that out because I can't change certain things that I have set up. I didn't know about this when I set it up either. Thank you, Ramil. Whoever says Fortnite sucks will be spanked by Togi and Larry. The funny thing that you said here is that Togi doesn't even play Fortnite. Larry does. What's up with Frontiers these days? I haven't been following Frontiers. Yeah, we'll get into like some of this discussion tomorrow because it is sort of related. Why I have reduced my War Robots content, which I said I was going to do in like my previous videos. Battlefield 2. Isn't that the one that... I think that's the one where I was watching a video. Ramil wanted me to play that. This guy was showing just how many cheaters there are in that game. I think it was Battlefield. I don't know if it was the first one or the second. It was kind of recent. He was basically... Okay, so he was showing why he doesn't play Battlefield. He got into a game and he got sniped, right? And he's like, I think this guy is a cheater because he was hiding behind a wall and the guy shot through the wall. So what does he do? He spectated the guy that shot him, and he said that that guy's obviously a cheater because what he was doing is he was shooting through walls and he was killing players. And then all of a sudden, while he's spectating that cheater, he got shot. So he started spectating the guy that shot the cheater. And well, the guy that shot the cheater was also cheating because he was shooting players as well through walls, but it was showing that he was using a weapon that he didn't even have in his, I guess, inventory. So he was basically skipping from one cheater to the next, and that's how the whole game was. Because apparently they don't have like an anti-cheat or something. But that was the gameplay. It was funny to kind of watch. And I was watching that, I was like, and you guys want me to play that? I'm like trying to move away from all the cheating. Fortnite has cheating too, don't get me wrong. They have an anti-cheat. But the thing with Fortnite is they, if there's enough reports, they actually go in and you can get banned. And banning happens a lot frequently than you think. They take it very seriously. Give Mech Warrior. Yeah, I actually tried. Did I tell you what happened with Mech Warrior? I tried to load it up, Mech Warrior 5. And when I was playing, I was like looking at my graphics cards, my GPU temps. I was like, whoa, that's like going through the roof kind of thing. I didn't realize that it was going to do that. I even tried to turn all the settings down, but it didn't really help as much as I thought it would. I'm not sure why it was. It was weird. You have yet to see hackers. Yeah, I've actually run into hacker. I ran into 2 players in the 1 year of playing. The first one was actually a blatant hacker. There was a guy that was stuck in a hill, and he was shooting at me. I was like, wait, what the? Because like I saw a shot being fired at me, and then I was looking. I was like, wait, there's no one there. And then when I went to go like check it out, the guy started firing his SMG or like whatever through the hill. And I tried firing into the hill to see if I would kill him, but I didn't. And then afterwards, I actually ended up going back to the replay to watch what this guy was doing. And it was very obvious that he was cheating of some sort, because he was aiming at players, but his aim was like way off, but yet he was hitting them. Now I know replay is not really very accurate, but that was like so weird. And then I saw, then it actually showed him he was inside the hill, and then all of a sudden, like a few moments afterwards, he's just dead. And I think someone might have reported him, and they probably, because of the report, he got banned on the spot, because I couldn't see what happened afterwards. He just died. I don't know to what. So that was the one instance. The other instance, this guy head sniped me through a tree, and I was jumping. I don't know if it was just like a fluke, but then I started looking at how he was playing, and it's something fishy about him. So I just reported him. Can there be like some sort of a program in a game when players start doing stuff that can't be done? Yeah, I don't know. All I know is like a lot of the games out there, there's so much cheating. It's almost like it's becoming worse. And I think some companies, they're taking more measures against it, but yeah, they gotta find a better way, because it's like getting really bad. Not just in this game, like most games. And I think like how these companies kind of control and deal with it is going to matter more, like to the future of like their company and the games they put out. You know, like I actually feel more comfortable playing like a Epic game simply because of how you know, Fortnite handles things. Mohammed, do cheaters in War Robots get banned immediately? I don't know like how they ban. I couldn't answer that question. All I know is there's some players that, you know, they were hacking the game, and I think they might have been banned, but now they're back. So I'm not sure what the conditions are. But, you know, the way that it's being dealt with right now in War Robots is really unacceptable. Like, it's gotta be, they gotta, you know, it's better, like, even, you know, they might be working on an anti-cheat, which I do believe they are. And that's fine. Like, if we don't see results straight away, I guess that's fine, right? But at least we know that they're working on it. But in the meantime, they should do something, right? Like, even if it means, like, every month going in and banning, like, you know, the offenders, or going through a list or something. If it's costing them more because they have to bring in someone to do this temporary, and, you know, it's only a temporary thing and it's costing them money, that is not our problem. That is their problem, because they didn't have the anti-cheat thing in the first place, and they didn't, you know, take the extra steps to protect their game. Like, I'm totally fine waiting for the anti-cheat in the meantime, but they got to do something versus nothing, is what I'm saying. What is my favorite robot right now? I don't know. I've always liked the Behemoth, but I don't, like, if I had to build a hangar, I don't think I would run the Behemoth. It depends on what build it is too. Like how you don't play any of the Pixonic games because of how they handle. Well, that's exactly it. You know, because like if it's not being dealt with in like the regular War Robots, how are they going to do it when Frontiers comes? And, you know, they can talk about, well, they take it seriously, blah, blah, blah. Well, the thing is, you're not really showing that you take it seriously. It may not be in Frontiers because we're not looking at that. We're looking at other games where it's a problem. Like, nothing's being done. So how am I supposed to believe that it's going to be done when Frontiers comes out? You know what I'm saying? It has a bit of a ripple effect. Yeah, Hellbender is a lot of fun to play. Shell can be fun to play too. Depends on your build. The Ravana is a lot of fun. Yeah, it can be. I have a Ravana on my baby account. Anti-cheat is hard to overlay on existing code if it's not already built into it. Yeah, I think that's the problem too, Dice. You know, a lot of the coding that they have now is based on the previous version of, I want to say Walking War robots, because that's what it started off as. And I don't think they took into consideration how badly the cheating would get. You know, maybe they thought about it, but they didn't really put in extra measures because they didn't think it would become a problem. And that's exactly the problem right there. Because now that it is a problem, they got a whole new it's a whole new ball game at this point. Because now if they have to go back, you know, there's a lot of recoding that will probably need to happen. Customer service, yeah, and that's a problem too. You know, we are the customers, whether they like it or not, and you kind of have to cater to it. Is the Mender still any good? It's okay, but it doesn't really survive for very long though. One of the reasons why it survived a long time, like in games before, was because of the Nebula. The Nebula gave you the Absorber Shield, but also you could stack all resistance chips on it. You can't do that anymore because they took away that ability to build with chips. The drone chips, so we don't have that anymore, which made the Mend, I would say, was one of the bots that suffered the most because of those changes. The Revenant really suffered too. You gave Fortnite a try, and yeah, guys, you gotta play. How do I say it? So once you learn like Fortnite, like the basics, you have to play in squad with your friends, and then you will understand why I've been enjoying it. Like I said, it's hard to kind of explain. It's like players telling me, but you've got to play Armored Core. You will understand when you play it. Well, I mean, I did play it, and I do understand like why players enjoy it. But it's not like my type of game because I wasn't enjoying it. I think it's that part. You know, like Fortnite is probably going to be the same for some players. You know, they might get into it and they realize, well, no, it's not really for them. They don't like it. And then there will be others where it actually changes their view on the game. Because a lot think, well, they don't like Fortnite because, you know, it's a kid's game, or like they say that it's a kid's game because the characters are kind of more animated. They might think bad of Fortnite because of the building aspect, which I don't actually play builds. So, you know, all these things can contribute to it. I used to be one of those players, by the way, or one of those that saw Fortnite in that way. But now that I've actually played it, but mind you, back then, like 3-4 years ago, there wasn't a zero build, so I would have probably still felt that way, I think, if I had played. The tier with the laser weapons, I don't know. I don't particularly like those laser weapons in general. I think if I had to run a tier, I'd probably run something like maybe Hazard and Blight with a fast reload and 600-meter range. No, I haven't tried Mech Arena. I actually have no intention of trying it because so round about the time that came out, some of the community, I guess from War Robots, they went over to Mech Arena, and then what they did was they came to my channel basically trashing me and saying things about like War Robots, or like, you know, how I was as a content creator, and they were saying like how good Mech Arena is and everything. It left a really bad taste. A lot of the messages were very toxic, and I said from that day onwards I will never do Mech Arena, just because of my experience. I haven't even gotten to their community, and I haven't even played the game, but they were so negative and toxic that I don't think I would want to even touch that game with a 10-foot pole. So for the ones that, you know, do play Mech Arena and are excited, you could have had a content creator that maybe that you would have enjoyed watching, but now you're not going to get that because of the things that was said. I don't care if it would give me a lot of views, I still wouldn't do it. Have I tried Crisis with Redeemers? I have. It's very strong. But it's also glass cannon, because the Crisis alone can be killed very quickly. The best skin for Fortnite, I would say, what is it called? The Combat Chic Antonia? Is that it? You know which one I'm talking about, right? The one with the gold trim? Yeah, I like that one a lot. I think that's the best skin. For the battle pass, at least. Okay, anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap things up here, guys, but before I do, thank you very much to Dark Warrior, Lone, Smiley, Togi, Dominic, Kind, Jack, Goose, and Frederick for helping to moderate today's live stream chat. Much appreciated. If they have YouTube channels, make sure to check them out as well. Also, thank you very much to Ramil and Supreme. Thank you so much for your memberships, and Ramil for all the membership gifts. I hope the ones that receive the gifts thank Ramil. It is very much appreciated. If they have YouTube channels, make sure to check them out as well. Mech Wars is pretty fun, but the bots make it not as fun as they don't run like players. Yeah, I know there's... So, when I started putting Fortnite content on this channel, I do realize, you know, not everyone would like it because it's not a mech game. And also, it's not necessarily mobile. Although, I think a lot of players don't understand that you can actually play on mobile, because I do play with mobile players. So I think it's more of a I would say misunderstanding. It's just that they don't know. But when they see others play, then maybe they'll give it a shot, which I was hoping. I mean, you never know. But I just feel more comfortable, like, if I had to put out content between War Robots and Fortnite, I feel more comfortable putting it out on Fortnite at this point. Doesn't mean I'll change, or I won't change at all. You know, I like War Robots for what it is. It's just all the cheating and stuff. It needs to be addressed. Because I can't enjoy a game when I have to deal with all of that stuff. The blob. I actually saw your comment under my my other channel. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for the stream. As I said, tomorrow there is going to be a Q&A. There's going to be some more robots, you know, gameplay as well. I'll be doing that. But I will be discussing basically the changes that are most likely going to happen on my channel. I wanted to have like sort of like an open discussion instead of me just throwing out a video, because there might be something that my viewers might throw at me that I haven't really considered or thought about. This way I can kind of collect my thoughts and, you know, some of the concerns, whatever that players or viewers, I should say, have. And we'll take things from there, because I think the next couple of months are going to be a pretty rocky one for me. But, you know, this is how it is. You know, these things, things will change. And I think being able to adapt with that change is important. You honestly don't care for the game? Oh, you're talking about Fortnite? Or... Google loves Pixonic. Okay, anyways guys, if this is the first time you happen to drop by my YouTube channel, I hope you enjoyed today's live stream featuring Dream Hangars. Once again, thank you very much to Alpha for your Dream Hangar. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay for it, and you got to learn a couple of things on how you can strengthen this hangar. Not just you, but other players that might be building a very similar hangar. Yeah, one of the things you got to remember, don't have too much range in your lineup. Make sure that you do have tanks. Like if I had to kind of maybe improve this, I would consider possibly throwing in a Ravana, possibly throwing in Fenrir. So Ravana to replace like the Butch, Fenrir to replace your Lancelot. And I think just that alone, those changes, you will notice a massive difference in how effective your hangar is. But the main thing is try to move away from all that range, because there are certain things that you will find when you have close range. Not only is your damage output going to go up, you'll become more of an aggressive player, which in the end like will benefit you more in the long run. And also you will develop certain skills that will be needed, that will actually, you know, determine, well, it will differentiate you from like other players, meaning you'll be a lot stronger kind of thing. And you know, that is only something that you develop with time. It's not something that you can buy, because those skills are like brawler skills, and that takes time to develop. So the sooner you get into those fights that way, I think the sooner you'll find your progression, like it will skyrocket, you'll see. And that's not with like paying more, it's just with the style of play. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed the live stream, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Again, consider subscribing if you haven't already. And with that said, thank you guys for watching. Stay safe. And until the next live stream, which is going to be tomorrow, I'll catch you guys later. Cheers, guys.